This video will discuss how to refine your results using the advanced search features in CINAHL. This is the results list of searching using CINAHL headings for the terms breast neoplasms, or breast cancer, and drug therapy. We have 8,892 results. So what we're going to do in this video is limit these results to be more specific, oftentimes relevant to requirements for your courses. So I'm going to go into the advanced search features, and I'm going to scroll down here to limit your results. And this is where I can limit based off of the type of article I want, the language I want it to be in, the type of journal or publication, or even the population group I'm speaking of, so age and gender. So if I look under journal subset, I can choose nursing journals. So this is looking at results only coming out of nursing journals. If I specifically want to look at empirical research, so research studies where they've conducted a study and reported on it, I can include the research article limit. And because I can only read English, I'm going to also include the English limit. Now, I would advise against putting on too many limiters right away. We can always add more, because if you do that, you don't know which one might be over limiting. But I will just point out some of the other limits you might want to consider. So if we're looking for evidence-based research where we're looking for systematic reviews and meta-analysis, there's a limit for that. If we specifically want to just look at clinical trials, we have a randomized clinical trials limit. If we're looking to make sure that we include a certain population of people, so in this case, because we're searching breast cancer, if I want to also include a male population, I would choose to add that. So that doesn't mean that I'm only looking at male, but that I'm making sure that I find studies that include them as well. I also have an age group, or what again we call a population limiter. So I don't want to search for these as keywords. I'm not going to search for the term preschool or young adult as a keyword. I'm going to use a population limiter to limit just to age group. But right now we are just going to search for nursing journals, research articles written in English. And I'm going to scroll back up and I'm going to say search. So we can see here, this is where I've constructed my subject-based search, and I've added these limits on: English, research article, and nursing journals. I now have 228 results, which is a lot, but I know that they're specifically about my topic. But one thing that I like to do is then use the subject-based limits on this side here to help me dig into those 228. So if I want to know specifically about research articles that are discussing the quality of life, I'm going to click on this for 31 and only look within those 228, look at the 31 things that are discussing quality of life. Once I've done that, I might turn that one back off, go up to my larger set, and then investigate further. So here I can see one on fatigue. Well, obviously fatigue would affect quality of life as well. So I would click on show me those things on fatigue. I can investigate those, and I can see where all of these topics are showing up in the subjects that are listed here. I can turn that off again and continue to investigate further. If, for instance, the topic that I'm thinking of in my head doesn't match up with the terms that are listed there, this would be an okay time to go ahead and just try a keyword search within our results list, because we have a very good set of results. We can see within that, do any of these results have my word in here that I'm looking for, and then I can just review those. Once we've constructed a subject-based search, we know that everything is about our topic, and so then we can dive in to looking at this group of literature in a more precise way. The last thing that you might want to consider is limiting your results only to specific publication dates. So perhaps the last 5 to 10 years. There is a publication date slider down here in the limit and refine results area. So you can just pull that over to match your publication dates that you're looking for, or you can simply type in the box the numbers that you want. One thing that I will mention that you should consider when you're limiting to 5 years or 10 years, or it's a requirement for a class, is that this date here is going to list the date of the most current literature that's published in your results list. So sometimes, now in this case, because breast cancer is very a big topic, we're going to have very current, so as 2018, which is very current. But sometimes this may be a few years back, 2016, 2014. And so if you're doing a 5-year search, then you have to move your 5 years from this most current date. Otherwise, you're only looking within a very narrow range. And if that becomes an issue with an assignment, then you need to address that with your faculty member. But you can always do a publication date limit search either here or using the advanced search areas. My recommendation is always to include this last because it really is sort of the least relevant of refining your searching. What we're doing prior to that is building a very good set of results, and the date publication is the least important there. And if we, again, put too many limits on, then we don't know which limit is not correct. Good luck.